Oh, yeah.
Now we're starting.
Live at the Metal Voice Studios, here's a special, exciting new telethon version of the Metal Voice, and hope to raise funds for Steve Grimmett. As you know, if you've been following the Metal Voice, Steve had unfortunate circumstance while he was touring in Ecuador, and we need to get him home safe and sound. Insurance refuses to pay. The metal community has contributed. We've all jumped on board and trying to raise some funds for to get Steve home and back to his wife and his family and his beautiful village in England. And we got a few people that are contributing to this fundraiser, eh, Jim?
I like to call it a Grim Reaper-a-thon.
Grim Reaper-a-thon.
Grim Reaper-a-thon. What do you like that? That's cool, isn't it? Grim Reaper-a-thon.
So we'll be putting up links where you can donate.
Holy shit. Wait a second. I think we got an issue here. Wait.
Stop broadcast.
We got to stop. Hold on. We got an issue here.
Oh,
no, here we go. There we go. There was this huge delay.
Jim,
I apologize for swearing.
Jim is a little distracted today. We're going to do another telethon next week for his car.
I just had a car accident maybe about an hour prior to doing this broadcast. So it was shocking. We're all safe. We're all good. We're all good.
He's a little distracted.
Yeah.
So Grim Reaper-thon, Jimmy.
Yes.
Now we're going to have special guests today.
Grim Reaper-a-thon today.
Every good telethon, we got special guests, stars, live action.
Yes.
And we'll have them on, and everybody can send in their questions. Very exciting guests. Can we say who they are? You want a surprise?
Yes. They're going to jump on very soon.
Chris Tangarides, a famous producer going back Thin Lizzy, Y&T, Anvil, Tragically Hip, Judas Priest. The list goes on and on. Famed producer, and the one and only John Gallagher. All you Raven lunatics out there, John's going to be coming as well this afternoon on the show. And we'll try to raise as much money we can to get Steve back home safe and sound. The goal is $20,000 US. We're presently holding at 12,681 with 329 donors. So why don't you guys be one of the donors? Every penny counts. It all adds up fast. $12,681, Jim, with 329 donors. So if we get 500 donors,
operators are standing by.
At $5 a piece or something. Come on, guys. We want Steve safe. He gave us years and years of music. He vows to be back with more music. Let's all chip in. Let's $1 a song. Let's how about that? How many songs on each of the Grim Reapers I'm including it? Don't forget, we're going to count Walking in the Shadows, the brand new one.
That's right.
So let's count every song that he's contributed to that has enriched our lives that we've enjoyed over the years. Put $1 a song even. It all adds up. We want to get Steve back home.
And here's the kicker. I know everybody, just so you know, everyone, it was supposed to be at 12:30, 5:30 in the UK. But we wanted to start off earlier because it takes a while for everybody to jump on these live broadcasts. We want to talk to John Gallagher quickly, see what he's up to, any stories he's got about Grim Reaper, as well as Chris Tangarides. We wanted to talk to him, see what he's up to as well. So it was supposed to start half an hour later, but we thought we'd just get everybody on because it takes a little while to get everybody on. We're going from the UK, Alan, to North America.
We're global, down to Ecuador.
So it's kind of like
we will have
like that.
If everything goes well, Millie and Steve will be on later in the show. We can get an update directly from them. Hopefully the progress, the good news, everything is going as according to plan. As Millie mentioned, to have to fly a 9-hour flight, we've got to make sure everything's perfect, that Steve has no complications during that time. So we'll get an update live with Millie and Steve later in the show.
Yeah.
And looking forward to talking to John. It's been a while. He's always a pleasure to talk to.
Yeah.
Chris has done unbelievable records. I mean, let's
pull it out there.
Thunder and Lightning, Thin Lizzy.
We have
Renegade, Thin Lizzy. My favorite Y&T album, Mean Streak, right, Jim?
Yes.
He goes on and on. The list goes on and on. Tigers of Pantang.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Hey.
So there you go.
Anvil, This Is 13, their comeback album.
Alan,
What else
grab
would you
some
like?
albums there. I've got Anvil.
Oh,
Metal
okay.
on Metal. You forgot.
Wow, I mean, that's obvious. Everybody knows that one. Metal on Metal. Forged in Fire, but should we talk about that one? Let's find out when Chris gets on.
Operators are standing by for Chris.
Painkiller.
That's right.
The first two Green Reaper albums.
Fear No Evil.
Fear No Evil, no.
And then Tony Dolan from Venom Inc. is going to join us,
Oh,
and he's going to give an announcement. This is the third announcement.
Third time.
And the announcement's going to be what songs will be recorded by the All-Stars. So, John, I know you're out there. Chris, I know you're out there. You can jump on now. I sent you all the links. Ready to go. Alan, what else is going on in your life?
What about, wait, look. See You in Hell.
Yes.
Crystal Vipers, the new album.
Yeah.
Cover version of that song.
Yep.
And she'll be part of the gala, the fundraiser.
The All-Star.
All-Star Rock and Roll Concert.
And you know what I should also mention? Here is what's going on. So there is, on April the 1st, there will be an All-Star, multiple bands playing. And they're going to be playing in the hometown of Millie and Steve in Swindon.
Yeah, probably that word.
Swindon.
It's not free.
Sounds like swindle.
Swindon.
But it's Swindon. They're going to be April the 1st. Bands to be announced. Tickets will be available soon at Riff's Bar. Another announcement was by, I'm going to find this right now. There is a stream. If you go on the Grim Reaper website, there is a stream. You can actually pay or lease it or pay or rent to stream a Grim Reaper show. And I think it was in Chicago, and Nick Bowcott was in there as well.
Great.
And all those funds go towards Steve and Millie. Towards Steve and Millie.
It's the goal.
And Tom, just right off the bat, he wants to say, Millie and Steve, my warmest regards. So Tom, there you go.
Tom in Milwaukee.
Tom in Milwaukee. That's
it's an Indian.
It's an Indian
word. Yeah.
Aboriginal. Yeah. Milwaukee.
Oh yes. Which means land of 1,000 lakes. I don't know. Could be.
So here we go. So we got all kinds of stuff. And for all of you who don't know or still don't understand what's going on here, the All-Stars, and I'm going to read the All-Stars. So this is going to be a song or songs to be announced when Tony gets on in about 30 minutes or 20 minutes.
Tony Dolan. Tony will be part of the show.
Venom Inc.
It's always a pleasure to talk to Tony.
Yes. Gary Holt from Slayer will be on this All-Star tribute song for Steve, which we'll be raising funds for, of course, to give to them for the medical costs. Tim Ripper Owens.
Everywhere, that guy.
Where isn't he?
One of the nicest guys in the industry.
Yeah. We met him. Met him with him just recently.
Interviewed him.
Yeah, in his hotel room.
Right after interviewing Steve Grimmett. Now that we mention it, we did Steve Grimmett and then went to see Tim Ripper Owens.
Here we go. Guess who's going to join us? Somebody's knocking on the door. John.
Mr. John Gallagher.
There's the man.
Hello, gentlemen.
So, John, we spent about an hour and a half this morning trying to get you up and running. I'm happy to see you there.
Make it two.
John's on board. That's all that counts.
So, John, tell us, as we wait for Chris,
give me the scurvy.
Give us an update on what's going on with Raven. And I know you gave me some information before, but maybe you want to tell everybody as we wait for Chris.
Well, we're sorting all things out here as far as,
Nothing? Oh, man, did we lose him?
We've been losing John.
You there? John, you might have to jump back on.
Oh. It just went dead there. Yes,
okay, what was it, John? Say it again.
What?
Repeat what you just said, because I think we lost you for a second.
Repeat. Okay, we have new management with EMP, Tom Hazard, with David Owens from Megadeth. So that's really cool. We're obviously in the early stages of plotting what we're doing next with this stuff, which is awesome.
Okay.
In Writing Like a Fiend, I have, at least 20 really good songs sitting in a can. So we're going to have a kick-ass new album, which we will go in and record in September.
Okay.
And we're just planning out exactly where and who we're going to do that with. You know, obviously, we've had a great run on the last two, so maybe we'll continue in the same vein. Let's see. It's early days, so we're still getting that together. The most important thing, of course, is the material, and that everyone's, you know, putting their 2 cents in. We're all happy with it. But excited about that. We have a US tour coming up, 2020, and it's probably going to concentrate on the East Coast and kind of like the nearer Midwest. And we'll probably look at doing a second leg further out later on, but that's details on that are going to come out soon. So we'll be looking forward to doing that. We'll take a couple of really good bands out with us, so again, details to follow. Then we got a bunch of festivals. We're doing Muscle Rock in Sweden, Bang Your Head in Germany, Headbangers Open Air in Germany, Leyendas del Rock in Spain. She's Alcatraz in Belgium. We're looking at some dates in South America. I've got a guy working on Australia. There's a guy trying to get us into the freaking outer rings of Saturn, I think. We're going to do that. And then we've got the New Wave of British Heavy Metal Xmas Rocker in December, which we're headlining in Sheffield in the UK, which is a nice way to end out the year. So it's going to be busy, which is great.
That's a very busy year.
John, so quickly, tell us a story. When the last time you saw Steve Grimmett and Millie? When's the last time you guys toured together? Maybe a quick little story. Or a song, perhaps. Or a song.
The last time I saw Steve Grimmett, he bought me a beer.
Which is always...
Steve, last time I saw him was when he came around and played Baltimore, which was a great show. Got to hang out a little bit with him there. And I have to be honest, I didn't think he was looking too perky right there. He sang great, performed great, but he just didn't look 100%, you know. And I guess that's just one of the things with that disease, with the diabetes. It's, you know, it's a 24/7 thing that you got to really keep on top of. And things that would not slow you or me down, like a cut or whatever, can be absolutely awful. And that appears to be what's happened with Steve, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
A few times through the years, we first met in 2011. He opened up for us when we played in South America, and we got him up on stage to do Born to Be Wild with us, which was fun. And he did it again a few years ago in London. I've seen him and Millie a few times over the years, and they're really good people. And, you know, it's just one of these things that, you know, the older you get, you realize how connected we all are, how we're all, you know, it's a small world, and we all got to stick up for each other, you know, because book of the system, that's not going to do it. We got to do it for ourselves.
That's right. But when your brother Mark had his accident, did he have any problems collecting for the insurance, or did that work out well for him compared to what Steve's going through?
A totally different situation. I mean, he was visiting on a job site, so yes, there was insurance and he was covered. It's a legal battle, and you know, like 2/3 of the money disappears down the rat hole. But I mean, it helped him pay his medical bills, which were like astronomical.
Right.
His medical bills are like, up. I mean, if this thing had happened to Steve in America.
So let me ask you, John, when you first heard what happened,
what's
when
that?
you first heard what happened to Steve, I mean, what did you say to yourself? Like, what did you feel?
I went, oh shit. That's what I felt. I felt really bad because, and the other thing that immediately hit me was like, if this had happened in America, but there's no way you can afford it. You know? So hopefully I was thinking, well, hopefully it's not going to be too bad, which, you know, compared to a lot of places, it's these bills are not going to be too bad. But that's not what's important. What's important, of course, is that he's well and he gets home.
Right.
And then he can start to, rebuild his life from that, because, it may only be a leg, but your life changes completely, obviously. And he's going to have weird things to deal with. So,
and just to say, John, that's the whole point of this, and me and Alan and you and Chris, when he jumps on, it's to raise money because he's I would say stuck in Ecuador, alone. So it's just Millie and him. Imagine being stuck in a foreign country with a foreign language. Medical bills are escalating. Now Millie's got to stay there too, right? So they got to pay for residence from a hotel there. So the costs are off the charts.
Yeah, she's stuck there. It's like a place where you can't walk around at night or whatever. So I'm sure the hospital staff are doing the best they can and, trying to keep their spirits up and do the right thing. But they obviously just can't wait to get the hell out of there.
What's Ecuador like? Have you been there? You've been there, right, before?
Ecuador. I've been to Bolivia. I've been to Argentina. I've been to Brazil. I haven't been to Ecuador yet. Maybe next time around. I hear it's very nice, but being very nice and visiting there as opposed to staying there for 2 or 3 weeks in a hospital.
Yeah,
hospitals are the places you want to be the best of times. So,
yeah. So just I told everybody, John. I told everybody that if they donate, and the page is Steve Grimmett donations page. Just type that in Google, Steve Grimmett donations in Google. And it'll pop up if you donate like $5, $10, $20, $30, $40, $50. We'll read your message. It could be a wedding proposal. It could be a divorce proposal. I don't know. It could just be your band's name. You have a band name you want to us to mention? We'll mention it.
Absolutely. Why not? I mean, the guy is stuck there for the price of a copy of a cup of that overpriced garbage they call Starbucks coffee. Milk and water. Don't buy coffee off there. Make your own coffee. And give a cup of coffee to Steve. Send him the money.
That's it. All adds up. Exactly.
Put it to more use. And it's a numbers game. If everyone chips in a little, not a lot, just a little, it's going to make their life so much better. And it'll just giving a friend a hand up. So if you can do that, God bless you. Let's do it.
All right. Just so everybody knows that Chris Tsangaridi he's having like some computer issues, and let me tell you, it's not easy.
What a surprise!
What's that?
What a surprise!
He's having some computer issues, but we had it all squared out. It was all working properly yesterday night, or was it this morning? Or I think it was this morning. Everything was working fine. Now suddenly everything's gone to hell. But Millie's going to be joining us in about 15 minutes. And in the meantime, maybe you'd like to sing us a song, John.
Here we go.
The Telethon of Stars presents John Gallagher.
Musical interlude.
Oh. There is a house. There you go. I had a thought actually. CNN, the Situation Room. They should show the toilet room, the toilet door. Wouldn't that be the Situation Room? There's always a situation like that in my house. I don't know.
On Chris here.
We got Dave Langan donated. Thank you, Dave.
1 hour ago, Dave.
Get
Langan.
well soon and back on stage is his message. Thank you, Dave.
And Marianne, we wish you could do more, my friend. Hope to see you around soon. No, we're praying for you, Harold and Marianne. And they gave $100 dollars.
Are we doing
Very cool. Very cool.
Okay. All right.
Like John said, guys, skip your morning coffee. Don't go to Starbucks. They got enough money. Let's get Steve back. Put the money towards this charitable cause here.
Don't leave them behind you. We just need your money, honey. Ain't nothing behind you. Just give me your money, honey. on my back, get on my track, and give me those checks in your bank account. I want all the fucking money, baby, as fast as you can give it. Something like that.
Yeah, it sounds
There we
good
go.
like that. Okay, I'm just resending something to Chris here as we try. And that's the thing about these broadcasts, Alan.
It's
You don't-
exciting and
you don't know
new.
what the
We
hell's
never
gonna
know
happen.
what's going to
A
happen.
lot of dead air. We don't know what's going to happen.
Chris is over there pulling his hair out, struggling, throwing stuff at his computer at this point.
He doesn't have any hair left to pull out, for God's sake.
The good news is that's when we started early, by the way.
Story about Chris. That was when we had our first single out, and we were still playing what were known as the working men's clubs in the northeast of England, which is very weird. We were just making the transition in all our own material because we'd always played half and half. So we played this club, the Westerhope Comrades Club, which is famous for doing a thing called paying off the artist. They had a committee of old farts, and if they didn't like the band, they'd let them play the first set, and then they'd just come up and give them half the money and say, get out, you're done. And I don't know if you remember an artist called John Niles had a big hit with a song called Music. He was a guitar player with Tina Turner. He said he was, there was a near riot. So we're on there, we play the first set, Chris is there, the Tigers of Pantang are there, everyone's having a great time. The committee walks the dressing room. You're done. People were throwing chairs around. It was just good. And Chris said, you just got the best badge of honor you could ever get.
And speaking of Chris,
From the Westerhope Comrades.
and speaking of
And that
Chris,
was
so
that's the first date like that we ever played.
So here's probably one of the most, I guess, heavy metal bands around the world would agree that Painkiller by Judas Priest, which he produced, is, you know, what would you say, Alan? Painkiller, probably one of the most, a monumental heavy metal album.
It wasn't Johnny B. Good.
It wasn't Johnny B. Good. No, it was Painkiller.
They kicked him right back into the action.
That's right. I mean, a lot can be said. And just so everybody knows, if you want to pick yourself up a Raven exterminate. There you go.
That's right.
Exterminator. Extermination.
Cover by Jay Sharp, who also does the Metal Voice website. And you know what? Hey, here we go. The Grim Reaper. Scary.
There he is. There he is.
There he is.
The show must go on.
That was Chris when he had his hair.
Let me check out. All right.
He was quite the equestrian back in his day, Chris. As you can see on this album cover.
So to be joined by Tony Dolan in 9 minutes and Millie as well in 9 minutes.
I got another song for you.
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Holy dive.
Tony Dolan, you've been gone too long in the midnight scene.
Of course, a little known fact, Jim, Tony Dolan does appear on the very first Dio album.
He does.
He was not the priest in chains, however.
Oh, he was that guy there that what do they call him? The Dolan?
That's what he's known as, the Dolan.
The Dolan.
Dio's Dolan.
All right, I'm getting a message from Chris here. What's going on with Chris? Let's see what's happening. I guess we can ask Millie to join. What on, Chris? There's some technical issues happening here.
So John is one of many that will be part of this song. Can we talk about that? Let's talk about that.
We can talk about the song, but I don't want to give anything away until
Okay, we'll wait till Tony.
Tony Diver gets on.
Tony.
Yeah, John has accepted. He has said that he will be part of this all-star songs that they will be releasing hopefully sooner than later.
Exactly. Tony Dolan and my old friend Neil Turbin from the Deathriders. I think they're the guys kind of like herding the cats on this one. So
that's right.
So they come out, and I'm happy to do whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Neil's everywhere these days.
Neil's everywhere.
He's a guest performer here on the Metal Voice.
He was at NAMM for the Metal Voice. And we're just trying to, sorry folks, we're just getting all technical difficulties. Don't worry. We'll get Millie to jump on. Millie, you can jump on anytime you feel like it. We'll get Tony Diver to jump on. Jump on. And
Let's
this
go
way
back.
we'll kill the dead air.
Let's see if anybody else has. Can we check the fundraising total here on the Grim Reaper-a-thon?
Here we go. Check the fundraising total. Well,
guys, come on. This is disappointing. Let's go. Let's update this. Come on. Let's get some more. We need people. We need people. How many people are watching right now? 19 people. We want 19 people to donate.
People.
We're at the 100 million viewers right now online with John Gallagher.
Yeah, you know what's too bad. I had a conversation with Chris Sangaritas today. I mean, he had some stories to say. He had a lot to talk about. You know, he wanted to give his warm wishes to Millie and Steve, of course. And he will be producing this all-star single. He can't get it going. He just can't get the feed going. I've asked Millie to jump on early and also on Tony as well. So let's go to Ecuador really soon. See what's going on there. Hopefully there won't be any glitches there. If not, we could just talk Raven all day.
Yeah.
Right? Raven. So what else is up with Raven, John?
When you talked about Jay Sharp doing your website, Jay's working on our website, and you can check it out now. It's maybe like 3/4 up, but it is up and running because it's been kind of dormant for like the last year because the old guy that was doing it just buggered off and disappeared off the planet. It was time for a new lick of paint, and it is up and running. So I'll be updating whatever's going on, you know.
So it's Raven Lunatics, correct?
Very cool photographs up on there. We're going to put some video links up and all kinds of cool stuff.
So John, it's Raven Lunatics. That's the website, right? It's ravenlunatics.com?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, all right. So if we go to ravenlunatics.com, you can see the new website.
It's being designed by Jay Sharp.
Jay Sharp of Metal Voice, Maine. All right, so we're still waiting for Tony. Tony is going to jump on. Come on, Tony. Come on, Millie. I know for Millie it's a little more difficult. She's in Ecuador. The Wi-Fi feed is really, really bad there, but we managed to get a good feed last time around. Get an update on Steve's condition. I know she has some new information to share. I think it's positive. It's not negative, but there is some new information there. And I know she spoke to the airlines the other day. So speaking to the airlines, this is not an easy feat. So we spoke about this last time. If you have some sort of operation, if you're cut, if a wound is not healed, you need at least 10 days after the operation to actually go into flight. Because if you go in the air pressure will create, problems. And I think something like blood clotting. So
yeah, deep vein thrombosis is a very bad problem after having operations like that. And at the end of the day, the decision is the pilot's. If the pilot sees there's a possibility that he has to divert his flight, and the flight he'll be taking, I believe, is from Bowcott all the way to London. That is a long flight over a lot of water. And economically, if they've got to do a diversion, that's in the region of $500,000 right there.
Yeah, she told me it's something like 19 hours to get home, like from door to door. So there's 2 flights there.
So they've got to have a clean bill of health before you can fly. And it's a clean bill of health because he doesn't want to get worse. So.
Like you said, it's over water, so it's a little hard to find some place to land. You got to make sure everything goes well.
Oh yeah, and you think about so much involved with that. Like say they're flying and they got to pull over and land in like the Canary Islands, landing rights, parking, extra fuel, and they just screw you left, right, and center. Believe me, I know. So it's situation it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen until he's ready to go.
Right. Guys, keep donating. There's not enough people donating. We got 23 people watching, guys. $5 each. Adds up fast. We want to get Steve home safely. Back to England.
Yeah.
So why doesn't everybody just donate right now while you're watching live feed with John Gallagher from Raven?
We're waiting for Millie. We're waiting for Tony. And we lost Chris.
What we want. Bring it out. Give us your money.
Well, we're having all
Give me your money, please. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Please, bring it out. Bring it out.
So I guess Tony, it's he's trying again. He's having problems too. I don't know what is going on. We did this practice, a test. I did it with John, I did it with Tony, I did it with Millie, and I did it with Chris, and now everything just it crumbles. So this technology is good, but it's not there yet, right? We'll try and try and try. So we still got some time. I mean, before Millie gets on, and trying to get Tony.
28.
I sent him the link. Here comes the link. Everybody. And let me send it again. And in the meantime, where are you going on tour, John?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. I'm doing festivals in Sweden, which is Muscle Rock, which is awesome because it's remember that old movie Carnival of Souls? It's like that. It's a disused amusement park. It's such that they have there. We did it a couple of years back and we had a great time. That was notable for the fact that the power died and I had to pretend to, I did my Freddie Mercury trip for about 10 minutes with the audience. The crowd were totally into it, had a great time. Power came up and, we didn't lose a step, which was fun. So we got that one. We've got this new one that we haven't done called Leyendas del Rock, which I believe translates as Legends of Rock, in Alicante, Spain, which is cool because I have an aunt who lives in Alicante, so we might get to see her for the first time in 30 odd years.
That's always pleasant.
We've got the Headbangers Open Air, which is an awesome festival. It's the hardcore, the hardest of the hardcore. They play, it's a field. It's like a farmer's deal. He has a huge stage set up in the back. And they got like 3,000-4,000 people going crazy out there.
Yeah, it's cool. So,
indeed,
went there back 2010. We had t-shirts and merch for the entire tour. It all sold in one day. That's how crazy those people are. We're like, oh God, we sold all that stuff.
And what about for the East Coast dates on the East Coast of? Is there any Canadian dates planned for that one?
I don't know.
Sure.
Still around with dates. We'll see. And if not, we'll have to hit you on the second round because we love our neighbours to the north.
Yes.
I've got family in Toronto, even though I haven't seen them there for many, many years. So we've got to get up your way. Now, you guys are
We're in Montreal.
Amelia.
All right, so here's Millie. Millie's jumping on. All
Hello,
right,
Millie.
Millie, we got John on. We've been trying to get Chris and Tony. They're just, I don't know what's happening. And let's bring Millie on.
Hi.
Millie, what's happening?
how are you doing, honey?
Hi, John. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
We're all right. We're okay. Yeah.
Good. You getting used to rice and beans yet?
Every single day, rice and beans.
Be careful, you
Millie, give us an update on Steve's condition.
He had another operation this morning, which the open wound was stitched up, and it went well. Yeah, doctor's really pleased. He's recovering. He's in recovery at the moment because it only happened very recently. So yeah, they're really pleased with how it went. So hopefully, all being well, the countdown to come home will start today.
Okay. And Is he awake or is he sleeping?
No.
Or is he,
No, he's in recovery.
He's in recovery. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And did he? I know he's been all on a lot of medications.
Hmm.
What's his mood like?
He's still very upbeat. Yeah, very, very upbeat still. He's still determined to get back on stage and do what he wants to do, and he's desperate to get that prosthetic leg so he can just crack on with life. The things are going to be different, but he wants to just get back to it as soon as possible. So yeah, he's doing really well.
All right, so that's good news. That's good news. John, do you have any questions for Millie?
That's excellent news. Yeah, because like you say, this is the next big step. Switched up. Hopefully, monitor him. We'll make sure everything's cool. And then, was it 10 days from now?
Yeah, 10 days. Yeah.
10 days. You fly through probably what, to Bowcott and straight through to London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So all being well, we'll land in the UK on the 16th.
Excellent.
Okay. And Millie, just like the update that, so there's, there's a live stream. And there's a live stream of a Grim Reaper show in Chicago with Nick Bowcott, a pay as you watch. Correct? Did you hear the news about that?
Yeah. So a company called TV6, they videoed it. They videoed the show, and then they got in contact with me and said, would they mind if they released it, and any money raised is donated to Steve. So I said, yeah, we're happy with that. So that's for about 30 days. I think that's available. And then after that, we're hoping to then release it actually as a live DVD.
Okay. All right. Oh, a live DVD. That's pretty big news. So
yeah.
And that's going to be from the show itself, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Now the donations are coming in. That's
right when you said live DVD, the donations. Here's Tom. And this is his message. You want to hear his message? I'll kick in again. Small amount this time. Sorry, but we love you, Millie and Steve. Our prayers are with you. Tom.
In Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee. So that's nice of Tom. And oh, my friend, here comes Holy Dolan. Holy Dolan is on. Where have you been?
It worked.
Tony,
but it worked.
What happened? What was the problem with Air 403? What was going on there?
No, it corrected itself. I did it about 6 times and then it just worked. I don't know. Some kind of conflict. Well, the life's about conflict, isn't it? Life's about conflict.
Yes. Okay, so Tony, you have a message, some announcement for Millie. So Millie, here comes the announcement. So, and I'm just going to set it up for Tony. Big Tony will call him. Hold on. So there's an all-star songs that are going to be recorded, and Tony's going to tell us which of those songs were for you, Millie. So go ahead, Tony.
Well, the thing is that there was quite a few choices that we could make, but once I asked the superb artists, the list of people, there's Mr. G himself, of course. They're all exemplary musicians, not just good but fucking great, and all heroes of mine as well, and they've been so generous, and everybody wants to do See You in Hell. So I could have done about 30 versions of See You in Hell, but I thought, well, that is good, and that's beautiful. The picks that I think feel most, and Neil also felt, were Fear No Evil, because we think that's very apt in today's world. See You in Hell, of course, because it's a classic and it's very Steve. And The Show Must Go On, simply because that's what the man is going to do, and that's what he's still doing. Being in a bed in Ecuador without his wife, with half a leg missing, he was still posting and still being positive, and that's Steve, and that's everything, absolutely everything. So those are the 3 songs all the artists will do. We'll put it out as a 7-inch vinyl single. Gianni, who is the vinyl guy we work with out of Italy, he's going to have 500 pressed up free 7-inch singles. Paola at Steve's label is going to platform us on Bandcamp, and they've waived the license fee for it. I've got a CD company standing by. We'll do a special release CD. Again, they're donating the copies of the CD free. I have the artists working on our cover for our poster, which I hopefully will be able to get 10 done with all the artists signing them, which we will auction off to people, and we'll have some t-shirts which will go, and posters which will also go with the singles, so people can purchase a package. And yes, so that's all people being generous, from Doro through to Chuck Billy from Testament will join us, John Lips. I mean, the list is amazing, and not one person when we reached out hesitated. Not one person hesitated, and it's all about community. So that's what we're going to be doing. The tracks I should have, the guides will be going out to the artists from Monday, and then Chris Sandries will get in the studio and we'll produce it, and we'll be out as fast as we can, hopefully by the end of the month.
So Tony, let me just say something here. So you're saying now the guy, there's a new name here. So Chuck Billy is going to be on on one of these songs. So that's pretty big.
Absolutely.
Chuck Billy, he's like,
Chuck from Testament. Yeah, I
Chuck. You gotta love Chuck. I mean, so how does that make you feel? I guess Steve got the news, right, Millie, on this? I mean, he's overwhelmed.
He is. I mean, he was overwhelmed anyway when we spoke the other day, and and he was able to come on here, and both of us just had tears in our eyes because we were just so overwhelmed. But yeah, no, that's amazing. I'll when he's up and about in a few hours, I'll let him know. But no, it's absolutely amazing.
So just to recap.
It's gonna be good.
Just to recap, so we have, and Tony, correct me, please. See You in Hell will be re-recorded, right?
Yes.
Fear No Evil.
Fear No Evil will be re-recorded with the All-Stars, right?
Yep.
And The Show Must Go On as a deep track, right? A deep cut, we'll call it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Which is fitting. I mean, I think that's
a great song.
That's a great song. So is this all three of them going to be on the same album?
Well, it's not an album; it's a single. But it's a single, and two of them will be on the 7-inch, and the third will be exclusively up for download on the digital forum. But also, bands from Japan and South America and across the continent contacting. There's so many people who want to be on it that what I think is the plan is to, once we have this single with our stars on it, we then maybe do a tribute album for Steve and let everybody contribute what they want to contribute, because it's almost like there was a hole in the dam, was trying to control the water, and the dam's fell over now. Even this week, Kev Wynn from Tyson Dog put a call out because he wants to get bands to put on another charity show for him, and the bands have all gone flooding into that. So it's amazing. It's amazing, and it's all about the love. And one of our guys is down, and everybody's rallying to be there for him. And I think that's a testament to Stephen as a singer, as a musician, as a person, and shows our community how we really are. And I think if some politicians and some world bodies actually did the same thing, we might be in a better place.
I'll just so you know that big hats off to Neil Turbin and Jonas Hornqvist. I can't pronounce his name. For helping out with the tracks. Of course, Keeler.
Yeah, done a brilliant job. Absolutely brilliant job.
Yeah. But Neil, I know Neil's been working hard, and also as Jonas. Also, I know David Reese sends his regards, former singer of Accept, now with the Sainted Sinners. And some big news, Millie. And Venom Inc. got signed to Nuclear Blast. So,
yes, we did.
Cool.
Yes, yesterday, which is amazing. Awesome. Amazing.
Yeah. John, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, are they making records for them or making the tea? Congratulations, John. That's awesome.
Thanks, Jay. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Yeah. And I think Jeff's going to be making the tea. I just deliver the mail. but I'm just happy to be in the building.
So, Millie, are you staying in a hotel there? Are you staying in a residence? Where are you like sleeping at the hospital?
No, the British Embassy have been helping out to get me accommodation.
Brilliant.
Yeah, they've been brilliant, really good, really good. British Embassy have really helped us out immensely, like just looking after us basically, because we don't, I speak a little bit of Spanish, but not enough for me to get about day to day. So they've been brilliant in helping translate in the hospital and things like that. So
you're actually sleeping at the British Embassy?
Yeah.
Wow. It must be nice there. It must be nice there. I just say it must be nice.
It's okay. It's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got there's armed guards, so I'm safe because it's not, this area isn't very safe at night, so I can walk around on my own during the day, but not at night. So I know I'm safe at night.
So guys, no matter how nice the British Embassy is, we want Steve and Millie back home. We need more contributions, guys. There's 25 viewers now. We need more people. Like John said earlier, it's the price of a Starbucks coffee. That's, it all add up in the end. We need more supporters. We're aiming for $20,000. Come on, everybody. Deep in. It's the metal community. Like Tony said, everybody's jumped on boards. The dam is broken down. It's a flood now of contributions.
Hold on a sec. Wait a second. Here we go.
There we go.
What happened?
Hi, Mel. I'm all right.
Hey.
Much love.
That's Connie Bullen. Connie Bullen is there.
So, folks, is there any other news, Millie? Anything else going on there? I guess it's just.
I wonder, do you have a time scale for when you guys may be able to leave yet, or?
Hopefully, we'll be back in the UK on the 16th of February.
Oh, brilliant! Oh, brilliant!
Yeah, because there's a 10-day rule. So after the last operation, which happened today, you can't fly for 10 days. So we leave on. Hopefully, we'll leave here on the 15th, and then we actually land in UK on the 16th.
And what did they have to do today? Was it just checking the wound and everything, or?
They had to stitch it up because they since the last amputation, nearly 2 weeks ago, they kept the wound open. So in order, and then every few days they cleaned it just to double check of no further infections or anything like that. So today they stitched it up and bandaged it up.
Brilliant, so brilliant.
All looks good.
And just so everybody knows, when we first started this, hats off to Paula Hogan who put the donations page up. It's money. It goes right to Steve and Millie. When we started this, the goal was let's just cover the cost at $6,000, and they've already doubled it because the are doubling and tripling. And hats off to everybody for doing that. And I know, even though we're just kidding, donate now, but people have been donating on a continuous basis, for weeks now. So we're just kidding around now. Donate now. You don't have to donate. You can donate tomorrow. It's all good as long as you'll donate something. Al, you want to read some comments there?
Yeah, sure. We got you all rock hard for organizing this, guys. Great work. Cheers for the beers and hail to the ale. That's from Sharon Bound. She donated earlier. John Gallagher rules. Many fans out there. Saw Raven back in 2007 at the Hard Rock Health Fest. They were badass. So Steve and Millie need a big metal hug. There we go. Share this out to all the friends now. Let's get more people in here. That's what we need, exactly. So
our prayers are with Steve and Millie. Awesome. Musa, right? And the Holt guys, Armored Saint, and Halloween also contribute to the project. Pressure. They toured the U.S. with Grim Reaper back in the day. And yes, great idea. So just
Ellen Wales tour, yeah.
Yeah. So how's been the support? I've asked you this question before. How is the support from the community, from people? Are you surprised? How surprised are you by how much people care? And just to tell you something, we shouldn't forget Chris Tangarides, who had some technical difficulties. if everybody remembers, a few years back, he went into a coma. And the metal community sort of rallied around him. I mean, because he's so loved, of course, because of all the albums. So the same kind of thing happened, not exactly the same, but he went through a big ordeal like Steve is. And the huge, I mean, the community is, it's like we're a global community. I mean, does it continuously astound you, Millie?
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, from the moment that I first announced on Facebook that what had happened to Steve, it just come flooding in. Literally within minutes, I had about 500-600 personal messages myself, and then on Facebook and emails, and it's been absolutely overwhelming. And it's those messages that have kept Steve going. And I genuinely believe that if it wasn't for the fans, Steve would not be in such high spirits as he is now, because he said, you know, I didn't realize I was so well known around the world. I didn't realize that I had so many. He knew he had fans, but I don't think he quite realized how many fans he had. And I think he's realized now how he's worth a bit more as well, and how much everyone appreciates him and his music. So it's it's been amazing.
You know, Alan, you want to say anything to that, or?
Well, monumental albums from the early 80s. These are classic albums, and it just goes to prove. Look at everybody that remembers them, and even the new album's fantastic. So hopefully new fans jumped on board with that one. That's what it's all about. I mean, Steve's iconic.
Yeah. Tony?
Yeah, and he's been getting personal messages from, you know, the likes of all the Saxon guys have all got in contact with him individually, personally, to give them their best wishes, and they wanted to come to the gig on the 1st of April, which is in our hometown, but they can't make it because they're going to be on tour, but they wish that they could make that. And loads of other bands, loads of, you know, big name bands have all been in contact with Steve, and he's been overwhelmed with that because they're like his idols getting in contact with him. So yeah.
Do these great. like you know, I always ask people, I go, do these streams help? I mean, you guys are there all alone. You feel like we're bringing, you know, some comfort or some friends to you. I mean, I know there's always like media and stuff like that, but does it feel like you feel more connected, feel less alone? No?
Yeah, we do. And it's nice to speak to somebody in English and actually string a proper sentence together rather than just have to fragment bits of Spanish or English. So yeah.
Yeah.
So you have got me. Yeah, we're not exactly English, are we?
Sometimes I don't understand what John is saying, so.
Well, Tony speaks half English now. Put it in order for you.
Well, I mean, you know, Alan, I mean, what else? I mean, we could close off. I mean, you know, I think we got an update there. You know, again, there's an here we go.
Jim McConnell donated. I wish the best for Steve and Millie. Thank you, Jim.
And
well done. Spread the word for it. And you know, the thing is that it's easy for musicians who are working so hard and doing shows mainly, you know, at our age, inclusive of Mr. G there, and working, giving everything you've got and touring the world in clubs. It's easy to forget it and think that, you know, you look at the Metallicas and you look at those big bands who, you know, are in a very comfortable position, and you think, is there value in this? Is it worth it? And then something like this happens and you realize everybody knows what you're doing and it is valuable and you are worth it. And these people, including Mr. Gallagher right there, one of the reasons that I took up playing bass guitar was because of John and watching his shows and his performance and being in awe of him as a musician and a person. And it's sometimes hard for them to forget that they are our heroes. These people are our heroes. They are icons, and they're valuable to everybody. They might forget, and then something happens to remind them that the world knows they're there and they are valuable. And that's what at least we're doing something to show Steve that that's how important he is to us and his music.
Yeah, definitely.
Well said.
Today that there is community, and you know, we all look out for each other.
Yeah. So, I mean, just to recap, so there is a show going on April the 1st. You could buy tickets soon. It's Brian Keane who's organizing that in Swindon, in England.
Yeah, there's loads and loads and loads of people are in contact. Mike Guerrero is flying over, especially from America, to be part of it. Loads. I can't remember all the list, but I know there is quite a substantial list of people that are playing. This actually turned into an all-day event now. It was just going to be a couple of bands, but it's now going to be all day. And there's going to be auctions. So they're actually looking for some really big auction prizes. So if anybody's got any contacts for some big stuff, then they'd appreciate that as well. So we can get more money through tickets and all sorts is going on throughout the day, and it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be a great show.
I know they're negotiating with they're still negotiating for that headliner, the headlining band. They're still negotiating. They're in talks. And, the bigger the band, and if there's, a big band out there who wants to do this, this gig, by all means, right? It just helps. Yeah. Also, of course, the All-Star song. I mean, I could read out again the names so we don't miss anybody out. And of course, John is on it, Tony's on it, Neil's on it, Neil Turbin's on it, Gary Holt from Slayer Exodus, Tim Ripper Owens, Doro Pesch. I mean, that's a big catch, Doro Pesch. Lips from Anvil, Ross the Boss. We forgot about Ross the Boss. We should have mentioned him before. He's going to be on it. Jonas is helping Neil also record it. Keeler is going to be on it. Bobby Blitz from Overkill, a big name. Marta Gabriel from Crystal Viper. Blaze Bayley. From Iron Maiden, Formula of Iron Maiden, Nick Bowcott, of course, Steve's former partner, John Gallagher, of course, the man, and Mantas is going to be on and produced by Chris Taragitis, who's very excited to produce the song. I think I got everybody. Did I miss anybody, Tony? Oh, Chuck Billy.
Chuck Billy from Testament, and Joe Cangelosi from Overkill Whiplash is also going to be performing on it.
Yes, and the songs will be See You in Hell, Fear No Evil,
and The Show Must Go On.
And The Show Must Go On.
Which is Steve's anthem at this time.
And to end off with this, Venom Inc. is now on Nuclear Blast. John Gallagher, they're in the demo stage. They'll be entering the studio in September.
Yeah.
Correct, John?
Non-stop touring for 2017.
We got festival shows. We got the East Coast shows in North America. And Millie is going to be coming back home with Steve in hopefully 10 days.
Hopefully. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
So I think that's a good wrap-up.
Yeah, once Steve is once he's up and about, he's going to, and he can get back on stage. We're going to do a really big gig, a big comeback gig. So I don't know when it's going to be, but once we get the go-ahead from the doctor and he's got his prosthetic leg and he can get back up there, we're going to do a really big thank you gig to everybody.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Big party.
Here we go.
All right, so last words for everyone. Okay, so Millie, those your last words? Any last words you want to?
Just again, thank you to everybody for your support and to help keep Steve going. It's just really, really helped him, and we just really appreciate it.
John, last words.
Millie, hang in there. All the best to Steve.
Thank you.
All right.
Maybe a song, a little outro, please. 1 and a 2.
You come back home to England as soon as possible.
Tony, last words. Are you in McDonald's again? Are you in McDonald's?
I just love to you both, support to you both, and safe trip back. We'll see you very soon. And to everybody who's supporting, if you can donate anything, please go to the fundraising page, go to the shows, go to the auctions. Let's buy the album, the new album, and get the single as soon as it goes out. We'll be available on every format. Whichever one you can afford or you want to get, just grab it. If you want to grab all of them, and grab a t-shirt as well. This is all for Steve and Millie. All the monies go straight to them. This is to help them. So just thank you so much for supporting Steve and Millie. That's it. That's it.
And guys, let's not forget a great album here, Walking in the Shadows. That's why Steve was touring down there. Hey, let's go out and buy it. Everybody that doesn't have a copy, make sure you buy it. You're going to enjoy it thoroughly. It's a great album.
All right, guys. Everybody have a nice day or a nice night, and we will catch everybody next time in the Metal Voice. Bye.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Bye.